Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once more to the War in the East. So I want to take a look at the production pool at the moment. So if we go to Germany, and then we can... production filter, we're going to take a look at what is in actual transit. This is interesting. Okay. Now these volunteers I do find rather nice. They are very, very useful. We'll have to take a look at the log and see how many we're recruiting each turn. It should be a decent amount due to the fact you kind of recruit them in a higher percentage from troops you've recently captured. Okay, so anyway. Right, okay, so we're going to have transit pool on here so we can see the units that are actually in transit. So we have 7 Panzer III Ms, 7 Panzer IV Gs. Now those are the ones I'm interested in, the Panzer IV Gs. They do have the 75mm gun. I am looking at heavier firepower soon. Definitely. Now they're produced off map, sadly. I would love to have seen them. I would have loved to have seen the West as well, but hey, maybe in future iterations of Grigsby games. Not long now until we actually receive them. So it's turn 60. What turn do we receive them? Is it turn 63? 63, yes. Okay, so not long. Right. Now then. Transit pool, yep, okay. So we have 10 Panzer T-34Bs in transit, which is good. So if we take a look at how many... Right, I need to see the captured pool, so I need to turn production filter off. Okay. So... Right, T-34's the 1942 variant. So we only have 3 of these, which is interesting. What's the difference between them, actually? Can we do a comparison? I'm trying to remember how you do this now. Equipment. Ba-dum-da. Right, so we'll turn off that. There we go. Right. Medium tank. So we have the 1941 variant. We'll compare that to the 1942 variant of the T-34. Okay. So same amount of crew, same speed, same size. Ammo use is increased, however, on the variant here. The gun seems to be about the same. Range is the same, accuracy is the same. Rate of fire is the same, blast is the same. Penetration is the same. Okay, so things seem to be the same. It does have slightly more front armor, slightly more, and slightly less side and rear. Side and top armor, which is actually quite interesting. Right. So effectively, it's just a slightly better frontally armored tank. I imagine the increased rate of fire or the increased ammo use might be potentially from... I don't know, maybe the crew's obviously been a little bit better trained, or I don't know, possibly. Possibly worse trained than the fact that they're using more ammunition due to their inexperience. That could be an explanation. Fuel use is slightly higher. They are... Well, they're not as easily built. Reliability is lower as well. So in fact, it's a slightly better armoured tank, but reliability is worse. Ooh, Churchill 4. Whew. Those are cool. Right. Damn. I do not want to be at a point where I'm facing IS-2s. At what point do they actually come out? Damn. Next year. Not long. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get on with things. So I do have a comment, and I shall read 1 second. Uno momento. Yep, once again from Andrew Garfield. Turn that music down. Okay. So he points out that we have 3 major objectives currently. The isolation and destruction of the northern pocket, so we have the Volkhov pocket. The capture of Stalingrad. Well, the thing is with Stalingrad, I've already ruined the city from a hell of a long occupation, actually. Surprisingly long. I mean, that city still has not recovered. But still, it's a vital point along the river Volga to control, so I will concede that it is a objective, a strategic objective. So we are going to have all support forces, well, all divisions, corps, redesignated to different support levels. So the highest amount is going to be 4. I do have some more locked ones actually here. So 16th Army. We'll have the army headquarters at 4, I believe. Okay. So then the new support will be automatically assigned to these armies. And then from the army command I can dictate where they go. Obviously it's easier from the high command, but if I keep it within an actual army, then at least I can keep it within said army. Damn it. Okay, that works. Fourth Panzer Army. Right, that works fine. Obviously these armies don't need support. Okay. So, the question here is it necessary for the 3rd Panzer Army headquarters to head north, or would 1 or 2 of its Panzer corps transferred to, say, the 4th Panzer suffice? Well, it is a good question. The Panzer armies are very unequal at the moment. Very unequal. If we take a look at the actual AFV numbers. Right, so... Actually, no, armies will do fine. So if we take a look here, so 1st Panzer Army is by far the strongest, 2nd, 4th. 3rd is significantly weaker, actually. Significantly weaker. So that's a good point. We can actually transfer some corps to the 3rd Panzer Army. Alright, so we have 4th Panzer Army. I do have these elements of the 3rd. Now the thing is, do I want to head for Baku? Sorry, not Baku, Gorky. I don't know why I said Baku. I'd like to, but I can reach that with infantry. I mean, well, we need to primarily focus on the Volkhov front. And honestly, we're not far away from shutting this all off. It's really not far. So we'll do some more reconnaissance here, just to get things rolling. Then we can see what we're doing. Right, so an engagement. There we go. If I turn that to 1, that should be quick. Okay, so we can see that there's increasingly large amounts of Soviet forces reacting to us, which is fair enough. So, we have a very low morale core there. Now let's take a look at experience. Experience is generally quite poor now for the vast majority of Soviet forces. Actually, we need to put further pressure on them over here, so we'll move forward. Right, I can cut off this brigade and corps, which is easily done. Bam, 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 bam. They held. There we go, that's what I need. They can shift up there. Right, so I'll shift you up. Okay, yeah, that's not going to happen now. Good amount of air support though. But what we need to do is actually rearrange, well, change things. Right. Ground support is 50-50. Gotta lower that. Actually, no, I need to increase that. Unless they have 50% of the required strength, they won't go out. 60 attack we won't do anyway. Interdiction attacks are decent, but I need to reduce it. I need to focus the priorities elsewhere. Airfield attack, we don't really do. Okay. I'm going to focus on ground support. I'll do fine. Right, we'll hit them with the division. And they rout. Right, I have that division there. Hit that there. Sweet. Okay. So those troops are now definitely screwed. I mean, this is a good point here. We're actually starting to nip away at them. And these troops are routed in here, which is fantastic. So we have these troops here, but this is where the main body of the Soviet force is now located. So we need to really get across here. This is where we need to make the penetrating attacks. Need to put as much in the way as possible. Okay, now the Finnish forces. Their job is tougher, as they have less men. But as we continue to increase the pressure on this pocket, things should become easier. Good. Right, they routed over there, actually. So not so good. Okay. Right, so we have the Finnish Armoured Division over here. And then we have the Infantry Division. So we have the Airborne, the Cavalry Division. We have the 58th Rifle Brigade. Okay. Punch here when you have the most power. Good. Okay. We need to get around them. I need to rout these forces. Oh, I love the fact that I can split these guys up. Right. We'll continue that one later. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do over here. I would like to close this pocket here and then kill, well, destroy the troops here to allow us to really focus on this. But the priority is to cut the rail line to the north, which is already cut to over here, but if I can get to here, to Kenosha, then it's over. Right then. Okay, so what do we have here? We have these forces. They can't break through here on their own. I'd have to really push more power. Okay, if we push the infantry back over here, we'll have more breathing room. So start to punch through. Okay, so like before I said I wouldn't want to have like a line up here. We're going to change that, and we are going to pressure them. Okay, have you reassigned? Bum 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 bum. Okay. Yeah, that HQ is definitely overburdened. I could do another headquarters in this area for damn sure. Where is your army headquarters? It's over here. We are going to move it to this area though. Right, change the 16th army. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so that helps to resolve problems to a certain degree. Yeah, that does help. Right, we need to punch through here at some place. We need to identify the weakness. That'll shift strength up to this area. I mean, this is a weak area. Fortifications are starting to be done along the border of the pocket. Well, I'm going to say pocket. It's technically a pocket. They're barely... I mean, they are cut off from the Soviet Union at large. They do have a connection, true, but they don't have a feasible means of transportation. Obviously, other than their own steam. Right. We need to force this. Reduce the frontage. Okay. Okay, now this is it. I'm starting to force them back over here. So this allows me to free up these panzers. I mean, I could come around here and cut off that division, which is a possibility. I mean, it could work, because then I could head through here, and then we'd have a possibility to cut off these forces. But the thing is, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather use the infantry to push this over here, because that's what they're good at. I mean, this is the awful terrain to fight in for panzers, and I want panzers to be able to go for this rail line over here. They need to be able to move, and they need that firepower. Whereas something like this, which isn't going to happen immediately anyway, well, I don't know, it could potentially happen. Okay, unless we use it to push here. I need to really split them up by corps and have them assigned to a task. Okay. In reality, I can push through here. The issue is then it adds complications to the supply network. Then again, if I can force it over here, but I don't think I'll be able to do that. I just don't have the sheer amount of men. Though, what we need to do is, let's see. Right, so the rail line functioning from here, roughly. You have not moved, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you. And we're not going to be able to make it, actually. That's really fucking shit. I want them to connect up the rail line over here, and then I can start to move troops up like this way. Then again, the only rail line that would work... Actually, that's going to take far too long. Far too long. I mean, I would like to connect that up. Really has been a bane. I really should have done that, but eventually it'll get done. The only rail line would have been this one here. So in all reality, it's not going to actually help me, so that's fair. Right. Okay. Let's move up here. Can't cross that one. Right, so your headquarters is here. Now then. That is that force. I would have ideally been able to crush it by now, but I can't crush it immediately. Which complicates things. Okay. And this is a possibility. I just don't think I can reach it. And the thing is, I don't want to be doing that. I want to be focusing my efforts on trying to cut off the Volkhov front. If I cut this off and destroyed this, then that's... I mean, there's no coming back for the Red Army as it is right now. But for the Volkhov front to be destroyed, then there legitimately is nothing they can do to come back from that amount of losses. I mean, the amount of equipment we'd capture here is just astronomical as well. Aye, the 1st Guard Corps. So what we'll do then is we'll establish a front line. It's not perfect. Doesn't have to be though. Right, I need more forces here. Right. I was talking about how this army was under strength. Well, we're going to change that. So the 9th Army is going to receive extra men from the 18th Army. There we go. Oh, probably don't want to go there. There we go. So now with this Brigade of the Totenkopf Panzer, well, motorized division, I can move that there. Move that there. I mean, obviously it's a waste, but the thing is, it's only a motorized corps. I can't be using it like a division. Alright, so I'm going to shift the forces up here. That's a shame. Wow. That took a lot of resources. Okay, so you still have decent mobility. Right, there we go. Okay, now, because Totenkopf is over here, actually have a decent amount of SS forces here. Right, so, you're actually fine for the moment. But what I'll do is I'll have the 4th Corps push forward to the north, I think. These forces here of the 3rd Panzer Army could hold this, while the 4th Panzer Army pushes on north. I think that's the way to do it. Granted, I can move through here. Let's see. Now, we don't have much room to maneuver here, so what we'll do then is I'll shift this force here. You can push here. Now, if I take a look, the issue is this one, really. If I can solidify my control along this river bank, that's better. Right. Let's see. So, I mean, I could push through there. Actually. So you actually have more movement. Interesting. Right, so we do have some strength here. Just the 28th Rifle Division. Okay, what we'll do is we'll shift. I will shift you there. Okay, this kind of backfired on me a little bit. Right, that Panzer Regiment can go there. So this is the thing now. We have this Panzer breakthrough here. So if I can then use that to take the city here, or just south of the city, then all these forces here are cut off, and then things become significantly easier. It's much like we had to push through at Lake Ilmen, which feels like a million miles away and a million years ago. Incredible that we had to push this distance, and now we're trying to push up this far with less rail density. Aye, we had to push along the river there. A similar sort of concept as we were basically pushing through. It is basically the same concept, just practically the same. So next time we'll be able to cut this off. I mean, our forces here are rather exposed, but the fact is there's only infantry here, and they're going to be suffering from issues as well. I mean, look at that. Their supply problem is now increased. So that's putting even more logistical strain on the Red Army's supply network. Right. So we'll have you reassigned for this moment in time. Okay. Right, they still have a good amount of fuel. Okay, let's trade up these forces here. Uh, 37, 24 here. Right, we'll try a hasty attack. Okay, fair enough. God damn. Finally. That's what I need. Okay, so we have another call now. So I could cross the river here. Right, same amount of movement. So 1630, 1830. So the 1st Panzer Division. Right, so if I push that division to here... we use these forces together. If I use some actual air power as well... so I'm going to bomb some units here. Right, I have no fight to cover, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. That's exactly what I needed. You can remain. You can't go too far either. You can push up though, that's good. Wow, only 2,993 troops there. Jesus. That's crazy. Now, I can push up here. What I'll do though is... I'll move this motorized brigade here, and that solidifies everything, so these headquarters are now safe. I have this force over here, so I could move it there, but they can't attack anyway. They're low on fuel, very low on fuel. So I'm going to push here. We do have the 5th Guard Corps there. Alright, we'll have a go at that, see if that'll crack. Yep. Okay, I probably should have saved that attack, but oh well. Okay. So things are shifting now. I mean, we have got a good amount of strength over and across to the north of Volkhov. So that gives us a nice fire position there. We have broken through here with panzers, so their time is looking pretty narrowed. What do we have here? So we have a large amount of air support that we can push or, well, steal the fuel from. So let's see, where is the 4th Panzer Army headquarters? It's over here? Okay. So what we'll do then is we're going to shift it up to the end of the rail line, which is where? Okay, so here. Boom. Now you can move. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Right then. All good? All good? Well, actually. Yep, all good. Okay. Now, transportation aircraft are down there. That's a lot of them. Nothing in range. I do have some aircraft here, actually. Okay. So let's shift up the air power over to here then. This is where we need it. Ah, so I didn't have a Panzer Corps and I didn't even realise. Fair enough. That in mind for the future. Once we redistribute the Panzers. Okay, so what is it? Shift K? Ugh. Fine. I'd rather have them partially covered than not at all, but then again, it's like if I have one covered up completely, then at least there's no problems from that one. Okay. Mirom would be a nice city to take. Okay, interception. Interesting. Right, so 212. Actually, pause. I want to see details. I'm going to have to look after the battle. Okay. I just want to see what sort of forces we're facing here, actually. So details. Ideally, if I'd been able to see what sort of forces we were facing, like what sort of tanks, equipment, that sort of thing. I mean, I can figure that out if I go into a higher detail of battle. Okay, so this is a mess that needs to be sorted out. Now, we should have a good opportunity to be able to take this here. Right, so let's push that there. Now, let's see. Okay. So we have an opportunity to cut off the forces here, which should be easily done. The advantage as well to this is obviously cutting off a rail line. So if we cut that rail line here, technically it's already cut, so never mind. That line's already gone. I was going to say, if we cut that line there, then they're going to have to use the one coming out to Stalingrad. Well, come in north from Stalingrad. But they're already having to use that one towards Saratov anyway. And this is it, the rail density of the Soviet Union is really decreasing now. It's drastically diminished. And they still have the interior lines, but it is starting to get to a point now where these interior lines are becoming pretty terrible. Still they have them, and they're still very effective. Okay. Now... Right, let's punch through this division here. Okay, fantastic. Plus the guards. Right, let's experiment by using... There we go, have you assigned? Right, so we're facing a Guards Rifle in the 19th Army. Disregard that last. Okay. Now I can push forward that. Yep. And then the panzers can move through here. Right, let's push up. Nice. Fair enough. So this is it. The 6th Army is definitely moving up. And the 6th Army is... it's not a small army. And it's really concentrated. That's going to hurt them. I do enjoy the fact that we still have remaining forces over here. I think what we'll do then is probably be able to link up our lines with the other German army here. So the 17th, is this the 17th army? Yeah, the 17th army can link up with the 6th army. And then the remaining army can head down here. Due to the smaller density and actual resistance, they should be fine. Whereas the German troops who are going to be going against larger amounts of resistance should be over here. Alright. Yeah, these corps are really imbalanced. Okay, let's sort this out. You can take these forces. Oh, for fuck's sake. And you command nothing. There they were, guards. That's irritating. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum bum. Bum 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 ba bum ba bum bum. Well, they're definitely screwed now. Right, what's their strength? Pitiful. Okay, you got 13. You could take an extra division. Then again, it's fine for the moment. But yeah, we are shifting across there. We have passed the river. And this is the amazing point here. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, much higher resistance there. God damn, they can move quite far. Let's have you reassigned. Right. No fuel. So I can carry fuel here then. But where I fight support, I'm not going to really go for that. I'm sure I could encircle these troops here, but it's not worth it right now. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Okay, we have the Italian forces. Bum 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 dun 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 dun. Okay. Now these mountain troops are going to be very handy, actually. Yeah, it's not a huge amount of troops, but it's decent enough. Oops, wrong one. Can I set color? Yep, there we go. 5-5. Okay, apparently that makes red. Sweet. They are pretty damn cool looking aircraft. Like, pretty fast as well. Oops. Yeah, have you put under the command of the Italians? Yep, there we go. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, it's like I have all these remaining cores, I just need to be able to use the remaining troops again. But I don't need to, it's more so I want extra forces on the front line while we have the advantage to press our full weight into the offensives while we have the weather. But they're doing a vital, vital job of being able to even hold open the logistics. Okay. Bum 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 bum. There we go. There we go. Yes, we do need more security forces. I mean, especially as we conquer more cities. Okay. Seems like the Palestine problem has been taken care of, more or less. There we go. It's another city held. Right then, so I was talking about the logs from earlier, so let's take a look then, shall we? So we have a few promotions there. A good number of promotions. Right. Security division and a flak division. Heavy flak was withdrawn. The 560th Panzerjäger Battalion is scheduled to disband on 1065. Okay. Sweet. Ba 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 da 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 da. Okay. I mean, as we increase the amount of oil available and increase our oil production, we should be able to generate more fuel. I mean, this says it uses resources, so if I can use less resources that can be then sent to other things, we might be able to boost our production elsewhere. And armaments production is going to head quite nicely. Okay. So it seems like you produce one aircraft per factory. That's interesting. Yeah, so if I can reduce the amount of resources being consumed. And then again, I do have a lot of resources. 32,804 manpower recruited in 3,826 manpower centers. Yeah, there we go. So these are the, the volunteers recruited in the manpower centers. And then we picked up another 18,457. So that's a massive amount there. That is a huge amount there. Massive. Holy shit. Okay, so this is what we're doing with the conversions. So these Panzer III E's, G's, J's, and L's are being converted to the Panzer III G, H, L, M. Okay, so they're basically being upgraded to a different model. Okay, Panzer II-C converted to the Marder 2. Flame Panzer converted to Panzerjäger 2. Stug 3 converted to, Stug 3B converted to Stug 3F. Sweet. Yeah, here we go, captured. Right, so 219 captured 82mm mortars converted to the 81mm mortar. 24 captured 122mm howitzers converted to the 122mm howitzer. So, AA guns. Sweet. Yeah, so 21 Stug F3s converted to Stug F/8. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so, yeah, Panzerjäger 1 to Panzerjäger 38. Stug 3B to Stug 3F/8. Security divisions are graded with 75mm anti-tank guns to the Pak-40 variant. Awesome. Yeah, even these 37mm to these 75s, that's pretty impressive, to be honest. I do wish you could, like, basically say, like, look, these security divisions, they don't need it. Have all of this transferred to these priority units ASAP. Thank you very much. Right, interesting that you're swapping their 240mm howitzer to a 122mm field gun. Now, I think the 122 field guns are of Russian origin. But that's awesome. I like the fact that we're actually using our captured stockpiles now, which is very good. Yeah. I mean, the fact that these have been converted is pretty awesome. And we have a few captured Katyushas. I mean, these were very, very powerful. I mean, they were very secretive with how they were used as well. Very powerful. So we have 2 of them at the moment. I'd like to see more in the future. So we are starting to use more Allied tanks as well. I mean, we even have some American tanks in service, actually. American tanks, American-produced tanks transferred to the Soviet Union, captured by the Wehrmacht, then put into service of the Wehrmacht. Some captured T-70s being used as well, captured T-60s. The captured T-70s are actually pretty decent tanks. I mean, they have a decent amount of frontal armor. And a decent gun, too. It's not a terrible gun. It's only 45, but still not bad. Yeah. This new variant, however, is going to be interesting, because it will lead on to new ones. So we're using the... Right, so we have a few... Well, we only have 3 1940 variants. We have 242 1941 variants. That's cool. So I think this symbol here dictates whether they're being, like, converted. I'd love to know if that is true. So it doesn't explain what it actually means. Or unless it might be to do with the fact that they can receive upgrades, perhaps? Yeah, IS freeze. Wow. Those are some nasty sons of bitches. Okay. So now, need to sort this out. Do I use Panzers? 12th Army? See, now you can't do that. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the Panzers form up into their cores and refuel. And sure could take out a few extra units here, but it's nothing too vital at the moment. Look at all this air support here. I want to fuel them up and have them ready for a proper breakthrough. We need to follow along the River Don, head for Stalingrad, from Stalingrad to Saratov, and to Kubayashev. Okay, so where do we have the rails in this location? We have them here and here. Here actually. Okay, so we need to just gather our panzers around this city here. The city... no supplies or resources very well. Right, let's pull back our panzer forces. Good old Deutschland. There's far more infantry than needed to even hold this area. So that's fine. So we're going to build up the 2nd Panzer Army's strength. You don't command anything at present. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we have so much infantry here. So much. It's absolutely incredible how much infantry we actually have. I mean, do we shift the point of focus elsewhere? I mean, we could shift it to taking Tambov for the time being. Tambov being another logistical center with production here and fuel and supply. Obviously that fuel, it's not going to be much left, but it's still a population center. And taking population centers from the Soviet Union is going to just increase, well, our power and weaken their power. Okay, so we'll pull our resources. These forces here, though, can move north. Interdicted. And again. And again. Bloody hell. I suppose there is a lot of interdiction here. Right, so we'll put a weighty right hook over here. Okay. I mean, that offensive there was quite a large concentration of forces here. Like a very large concentration. And the thing is here as well, we can start to push forces down the front line. So then we can shift forces down here into the Caucasus and really start to secure our grasp here in the Caucasus. Start to build up a lot of strength there along a continuous line. And therefore, be able to push as a united front. I mean, the 4th Army here is in a massive concentration. So we're going to aim it at Tambov. Move on up. Bring rails to the heart of the city. Sweet, I can have another rail connection here. There we go. So these panzer forces will build up their fuel and strength, and then from there we'll go forward. I mean, I could have done something more offensive-minded. The fuel there increases our position to hit our screw. We can move forward. There we go. Let's see what we can cause. There we go. Okay, so we managed to reach the outskirts of Tambov quite easily. Ah, there we go. I'll be fine. Probably. There we go. Right, so the entire front line is advanced in different areas. Not so much here, but it's difficult to advance here due to the terrain, and also the lower concentration of actual men. I mean, we do have a very long front line. Hugely long. Right, here. Jesus, the fact that a brigade can rout a corps. I was hoping they'd be pushed across the river. Oh, rout. That works too. Keep hitting them. Naturally. Jesus. That would sever that rail line there, but... Well, no, it won't. I mean, they'll still have that rail line. Okay. So I could probably surround that division. Or not. Could shift up there, hit that headquarters. Okay, we'll just move forward nice and orderly. I need to preserve strength rather than just going deep for deep's sake. There we go. So we did push a bit forward now. So we are starting to see breakthroughs all across the line here. And it's good news because it just breaks up the Red Army's front line further and further. Right, more air assets are needed down here. Okay, so more or less done for this turn then. So we'll go ahead. Indeed, okay. See how things go. Okay. Right, yep. So somehow, some way, they still have a vehicle surplus. I don't know how they do it, but they still do. It is getting tighter. It's definitely getting tighter. Yeah, it seems like they just keep on falling back. I mean, the Luftwaffe is definitely outnumbered, but they're still having a field day. It's the fact that they're concentrated while the Red Army is trying to spreading its air force across the entire front. I mean, they do have roughly double the amount of air power I do. It's just the fact that they're not concentrating it. I mean, they're not even being able to use it offensively, other than interdictions, because in the end, where is the Red Army pushing forward? Nowhere. I mean, the thing is, we're coming to a critical point in the campaign now, where the sheer geographical expanse of Russia really opens up. I mean, we're now entering into the Caucasus. And this is where our front line is becoming much longer. But the thing is, they don't have the troops to cover it. Yeah, so you can see that could be turned into a mini pocket. Yep, they're abandoning the front line. That's fantastic, so we can link up there. Infantry will be able to surge through. I can connect up the rails there to the 16th Army and the Panzers, along with the 18th Army, via Volkhov to Chupovitz or something like that, whatever it's called. That's good. So that's further supply, interior lines, more efficient vehicle usage. Allows us to go even further then. And they've lost a large amount of armoured fighting vehicles in this area here. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, interdictions. Fair enough. Yeah, the fact that they lost a armored fighting vehicle for absolutely no damage inflicted is very good. Interesting. 470 armored fighting vehicles in that area. But the thing is, they're going to be pushed across a major river there, so good luck with that one. The Oka River. As the Moskva River flows into the Oka. Yeah, they lost 14 armored fighting vehicles there, and a couple hundred men. Yep, Gorky is looking like it may fall in time. Just a matter. And it's just one division here slowing us down. Just one division. It's good to see some Elan from the Red Army. Indeed. But the fact that I have more vehicles than the Red Army is really quite a telling factor. For the fact that they have all of these interior lines, all of these rail lines everywhere. And I still have more logistics in them. That's critical. That's like a death knell in and of itself. It would be interesting to see how the Volkhov front evolves. The good news is I've been able to increase the amount of force over there, and especially with that move from the Panzers to Chepovitz, then at least that's reduced the frontage for me drastically. And it means I can also push up with the infantry. I like the fact that they're using AT everywhere. That's a large amount of guard forces here. Mostly brigades and divisions, actually. It's interesting to see brigades and divisions rather than the rifle corps. So when the rifle corps first came, I think, they were all over. Now, not so much. As we can see the front line here. We have some indication of what's behind the front lines, like airfields. But other than that, we don't really know too much about the troop concentration. But yeah, if I can push through here, if that stays open like that, when these troops are absolutely cut off, then I can push through. Destroy them, connect to the front line, have this rail line seized. I'm going to be interested to see the Caucasus and to see what sort of advance that we can make in this turn. I mean, it might be a point where we can actually start to, I don't know, maybe 3-4 turns before we can reach Baku. Something around that region. 2 turns now before we receive the Tigers, our first heavy Panzers. Those are going to be beautiful. We're going to have to really use them offensively. Right, so losses, not too bad. Losses, yeah. So it's been destroying Soviet units each turn. We did lose a few here. Yeah, flag. I think they were just destroyed by disbandment. Well, being disbanded. So not really destroyed. Okay. So we have a couple forces to take out. Yep, they've abandoned the city over here and they're concentrated now here. Yep, another corps has left Sevastopol. So I mean, if they are just going to pull back out of here, then that's fine by me. I can take Sevastopol with little resistance. Just look at our vehicle surplus, it's fantastic. As we can take the city of Krasnodar. Besides further production taken away from the Soviet Union. More population taken, oil, yeah, just beautiful. All that being added to the Reich's resources. Okay. Yeah, so fuel needs to be increased. Need to reach these cities here for that oil production. And the interesting thing is the infantry can move pretty damn far in planes. Okay, yeah, we need to get the, well, logistics moving up here. Yeah, so we do have a couple forces that were cut off. Yeah, so they put more forces in the way over here. That's good. I mean, these are reinforcements that could have been... well, then again, just look at that. Okay. Yep, that can be destroyed. What do they have here? Very little. So should be able to get there. They didn't push me back as I expected over here. Seems like they consolidated a little bit more. Okay, let's do some reconnaissance. Bam, 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 bam. Need to continue to push north. I mean, I just need to push 2 more hexes here. And then that's effectively a solid wall. And then just from the north, just need to link up. And then that's it. The Volkhov front is sealed. And those men are trapped and doomed. Interesting that these men are now so far away from logistics that they're technically cut off. That's incredible. I'm going to enjoy this. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to break that either. Just so much defensive strength. Thank God for that. I was really worried it would fall back into the city then. There we go, we're taking the city. We have 2 guard rifle corps in here. Rifle corps, rifle division. Yeah, it's a lot of force there. There we go. Bam 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 bam. There we go, further force concentration. Oh, has that not been... Oh, it has, okay, good. Right, have rails running up here now. Which is good. That reduces the supply consumption, well, the supply issues dramatically. Right. Yeah, this is the thing now, I can just bypass that. We need to get through and we need to get to Kenosha. So let's see, 74% fuel, 78% fuel. I mean, we do have enough fuel potential to make it there. Bam ba da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun dun. Right, choose infantry. Okay, we'll just get it destroyed. Third Guard Rifle Corps being destroyed once more. There we go. There we go. So I mean, that was hardly any units, but that's still 56,000 men gone. 55,000 of them captured. So a tiny amount, really, for what we've been racking up lately. But still, all adds up. So yes. Now the infantry is going to be able to move up here. I mean, once we deal with the resistance in this area, I mean, we have like what, 2 guard corps, 3 guard rifle divisions. We have the 50th Army. Yeah, we have a security division. Fucking hell. The 32nd NKVD Border Regiment. I've not seen these in a long ass time. Damn, it feels good to see them. Damn, it feels good to be a pimp. Right, so what we can do then is we can have the infantry to hold them here, and then we can bypass and move on with the actual Hungarian panzers. Right. Okay. So. Yep, just need to fuel up the Hungarians. It's nice to see the Italians here in force. Right, yep, so they remain at 3.8 million. Our numbers are now 4.28. Yeah, so the number of armed fighting vehicles has risen. It rises quite quickly due to the land leaves. So for us to keep it continuously down is fantastic. So, for our grand total of armoured fighting vehicles, we have 6,651, 6,520 being ready, which is a very, very good rate. Okay, supplies. They're decent on supplies, obviously, because they're sitting on a port. So these guys, because they're sitting on a port and they're next to a large city. Instead of Yalta, so there will be no Conference of Yalta. Okay. So could reach the outskirts of Stalingrad. Could actually reach Stalingrad. So we need the fuel to build up over here, and then we can use them. I mean, the fact that we can reach Stalingrad, we might use them to push towards Saratov and try to encircle these forces here. But then again, there's just not that many of them, and the density isn't very high. So they are going to find it quite easy to redeploy. Okay. Let's see. Ah, shit. Never mind. Okay. Fantastic. So I can use Panzer Strike to push up here. Bam, ba, bam, 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 bam. Right, let's see. Gather them up. There we go. Actually, so fuel-wise, supplies what I want to be seeing. So supply-wise, some units are doing better than others, but it is getting to a point now where there's a lot of them who are suffering, in fact, from the lack of supplies. Bam, bam, bam. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Right. Awesome. Okay. Really? Wow. There we go. So those forces are now well and truly trapped and buggered. Oh, actually, shit. Okay, that probably wasn't a wise idea. That works. There we go. So it's only a matter of time now until the Volkhov front is closed. Bam 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 bam. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Okay. No support. Yes, I could just completely get around that now. Well. Sweet. So I can do both now. I was thinking I could cut off this rail. Well, this over here. Okay. The town has fallen. So there we go. That line is now cut. So yeah, they're all going to suffer now. And it's only a matter of time until we absolutely just completely cut them off. And at that point, they will be subjected to intense pressure. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Yeah, it's getting even worse now, so all I need to do is just cut this off over here and it's over. I keep a nice wide corridor open. Okay. I was hoping they would shatter, to be honest. Okay, so what do we have here? Quite a lot of fuel. Okay, wow. So, supply source for the Leningrad front, the Volkhov front, Northern Fleet Air Command, Multi-Fleet Air Command 20th, 21st, 24th, 9th, 4th, 7th Independent, 23rd Leningrad Air Command, 14th Air, 18th Air, 38th Air, 49th Army, Sorry, 80th Army, 38th Army, 39th, 51st, 40th, 57th, 60th, 2nd, 3rd Shock. Bloody hell. So yeah, apparently that's cut off that supply source there. At least that's where it was coming from officially. I mean, honestly, it's only probably a turn now before we finally and completely close the trap on the Volkhov front. It's been a plan long in the works. I suppose Operation Trident is still in effect up in the north to a certain degree. We need a new operation. I suppose we can call it Case Blue in the south. The center, though, due to the increased density of Soviet resistance, is it's not quite ready yet. I think what we might go with. I think we might coin an operation in the center, Operation Volkstorm. So basically, people's storm against the heart of Bolshevism. Which has already fallen. I mean, Moscow and Leningrad. I mean, Leningrad being the heart of Bolshevism has fallen. The birthplace of Bolshevism. Moscow being its administrative heart. So they're both fallen. Which is fantastic. So yes, guys, we're going to leave it here for the moment. We'll go forward in the future, and I forgot to move that security division. I know someone's going to be like, oh, I forgot to move that security division, and I'm like, yes, I know. Okay, I just realised. Don't kill me. Yeah. Okay. Their numbers just deteriorating. It will not be long before this is gone. I mean, with the fuel levels here, we should be able to make it. I mean, they have 10% there. I'll try to fly some fuel out here. Yeah, like 36%, they could probably make it. What I want to do is leapfrog. Like, these forces move up there. Okay. There we go. I mean, what's our supply? I mean, like over here then. So it's 39 MP for that supply there. 21 here. Obviously, once we have the rails up, it'll be even better. But yeah, 8 MP here, so it's a big difference. And yeah, I mean, this motorized division, when it's formed up, will be able to go very, very far. That's it, so all of the supply for over, possibly over 1 million men is now coming through just a small, narrow area over here. Indeed. I mean, that city's not even connected via rail. So they have rail over here and rail to here. I don't think they'll be able to move enough men in time, to be honest. So yes, until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Do let me know what you think down in the comments, and subscribe for more. Goodbye for now.